Okay, Victor Gyökeres has told Manchester United he wants to move to Arsenal. He doesn't want Manchester United. We don't have Champions League. That's his final decision. Man, I go out for a few hours to celebrate Father's Day. Yeah, a little bit early because I can't see my dad tomorrow. And the whole hell breaks loose. Manchester United have lost the race to sign Victor Gyökeres. I'm going to be completely brutally honest with this here right now. I'm just going to say, look, I'm not going to try and hide behind anything. I'm just going to say disappointed, bit gutted that Man United have lost out to Arsenal. And then having time to actually look at the situation, look at everything that's been said, and be completely honest. Like, we were riding our luck with these targets, this transfer window. Manchester United don't have Champions League football. We do have the lure of Manchester United. We do have that factor, the history and everything behind it, the big club. But some players of a certain age are going to want to play Champions League football. Yep, they're not going to win it because he's moving to Arsenal and Arsenal won't win the Champions League. But I completely understand Victor Gyökeres' decision. By the way, in all of this, from what I've read so far, Arsenal have still not sealed the deal for Victor Gyökeres. Now, he's got to be pretty confident that this is actually going to go through, or he's going to look like a bit of a tit, isn't he? So, yeah, with Arsenal still looking at Benjamin Sesko, the deal not agreed at all. But the story is that Benjamin Sesko's conversations with Arsenal are real, and there is a chance. Victor Gyökeres' situation is that he has told Manchester United he doesn't want to go to them. It is the Champions League factor. We're not playing in the Champions League. He doesn't want to come to us. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll take the L. I lost. I gladly admit it. I thought Man United could have got this done. From what was said, the Ruben factor, what Romano said, that Manchester United not having Champions League football wasn't the biggest deal breaker for Victor Gyökeres. Obviously, Arsenal have dangled that carrot. The Champions League and everything that it brings is too much. Look, he's going to be 27 this season. He's got one more contract to go, and maybe he's just thought of that. Look, he's been convinced by the fact that he's done well in the Champions League, and he wants to go and carry on playing in the Champions League. Good luck to you, Victor. Good luck to you. There is a story going around as well. I'm just going through everything right now because I'm just coming back into this and hearing this news right now. So wanted to give you all my thoughts on this. So I'm reading this as you all got it as it came out. So I'm breaking everything down from every single report, starting with The Guardian that Jamie Jackson broke. Then The Times broke the same thing. Victor Gyökeres, like I just said, has told United he doesn't want to play for them. He wants to play for Arsenal. That's his preferred choice. Like I just said a moment ago, fair enough. If you want to go there, you want to play Champions League football, I get it, no problem. But looking at the other reports as well, there's another one going around that Victor Gyökeres actually has decided that he wants to play for Arsenal ahead of Manchester United. And if Arsenal don't come in for him, then there's still a chance that he will sign for Manchester United. I don't swear much on my videos, and I do apologise right now. I'm just looking at the time. It's gone 9 o'clock, so brace yourselves for this one. But Victor, fuck off. We don't want you. I'm sorry, mate. You've made your mind up and you want to go to that outfit down in North London, then that's fine. I said it before. I'm happy for you. But don't think that you can come back to United. That ship has gone, mate. You are now a Arsenal wannabe, if not Arsenal player. Whatever happens for you and your future, good luck to you. Good luck with Sporting. We tried. The offer was there. It didn't work out. I just have to accept that, you know what, we're just not in the right position right now. And that loss to Spurs has affected everything. My main concern right now is Bryan and Mbeumo. And that, now, going off what Victor Gyökeres has said and everything there, I understand the Hugo Ekitike story and everything like that, and Man United pushing forward that. Got no issue with that either. I made the point the other day. Look, I still prefer Gyökeres, but Ekitike is a good player, and I can see why United will be going for him. The package and everything works out. The rumour on that right now is that Manchester United's valuation of Ekitike needs to come down from what Frankfurt are asking. And there is a chance of that. There is a chance of that. I've said this before. Look, City got it with Mamouche, and that was in January. So, yes. Look, if Victor Gyökeres is not happy with Manchester United, like what Ruben said months ago, in fact, actually, if the player wants to play Champions League football, then he's not a player for Man United this season. Because we're not in the Champions League, and we're only going to sign players that actually want to play for the football club. So, like I said in the video earlier on in the live show, Manchester United willing to pull out. Look, if this player is not willing to come to United, then they're not going to actually go in for him. They're not going to pursue this deal. It's as simple as that. And I'm happy with that as well, like I said earlier on. I'm just not having this now that there might be a chance. No, Victor Gyökeres is done. I'm sorry, mate. If you have actually said that you would prefer Arsenal over United, Champions League or not, I completely get it, like I said, but see you later, mate. You're not coming to United. That ship has sailed and you have made your mind up. We are not following you. There were apparently some people at Manchester United that weren't fully convinced that Gyökeres was the right man anyway. I mean, there's a lot of drama in this deal, and do United want to be involved in that? I did mention that earlier on, actually, but still, I'm happy with Manchester United's stance, as I said before. Look, if the deal's not right for us, the player's not fully convinced of Manchester United, then we don't want that player. We don't want mercenaries coming to Manchester United just to earn a wage. United, we're never going to offer him the wage that he wants. We've not been in the Champions League. I think he's been told what he can earn at Arsenal, and he's gone there. He can forget about the Champions League. The fact that he was flirting with United and Arsenal means that there was something else rather than just Champions League. Where I can accept Champions League football and want him to go there, I think there's more to it. I think Arsenal probably offered more because they can. United, I think sensibly, have offered him a wage and he's not willing to accept it. Well done, United. We tried as hard as we could. We pushed this deal as hard all the way to the line, and we just didn't get there in the end. And fair enough. Arsenal have won. I'll take my loss. I'll take my L. I thought it was coming. It's not happening. Ekitike, we'll see what happens with that now. Not going to get into that or sort of like blow it up at all right now because there's no point because we're nowhere near anything happening with that anyway. Bryan, Mbeumo. That's all that matters now for Manchester United in this moment. Look, we've been dicing with what was going on with Gyökeres and it's covered over what was happening with Bryan and Mbeumo. Just get Mbeumo done because this fan base is going to need this, Ineos. You've lost out on Gyökeres and some people, not rightly in my opinion, will start to go in on this and use it as a negative against the club and the ownership model. Look, everything that has been done this window, I have had no issue with at all. Look, Gyökeres decided to go to Arsenal. It happens. Like we say, shit happens, doesn't it? And unfortunately, that is really shit for us to take anyway. But hey, look, hopefully there is a case here where Arsenal go out and buy Benjamin Sesko and Gyökeres is left in the wilderness. And you know what? Here's a comment that you can all put in. If Arsenal did actually go with Sesko after all of this and Gyökeres was left in the wilderness, would you still go in for him knowing that he wanted to choose Arsenal over us? I'm done. I'm done right now. This is just a pure opinion piece, I know, with the news that's broke, as I always do, but I'm done with Gyökeres. If he now has the opportunity to come to United because Arsenal turned him down, I said it before, and here we go again. Here's that warning, everybody. Fuck off. I don't want you, mate. Happily go and play your football. Good luck to you. But you're not coming to United. That's where we're at right now. That is as low as it gets if you choose Arsenal over Manchester United for this United fan base. Sorry, you're done. That's it. Bryan and Mbeumo, like I said, that's the most important thing for Man United right now. Look, let's get a player in that has turned down other Premier League clubs to come to Manchester United that's got Premier League proven experience. I think I'm talking sensibly here in this right now. That Gyökeres, before, and I said it in my live show, who would you be more concerned about losing right now? Gyökeres or Mbeumo in terms of where we're at transfer-wise and negotiation-wise. And I said Mbeumo would be horrible for Man United to lose right now. Look, just get this deal done and let's just move on and look at all the other options. Look, it was a long shot anyway. We didn't have Champions League football. And you've set that stone. You've set that benchmark. You've said, Ruben Amorim said, no Champions League football. Okay, we want players that don't want Champions League football to come to the club solely coming to Man United because we've got Champions League football. You're coming to United because you believe in the project and you want to play for United. And I'll say it again, I am completely happy with the Gyökeres decision. I've not got no issue with him going to Arsenal at all. But don't think you can turn around and say because you've not worked out with them and that deal goes sour that you can come to United. You're done now with United, mate. We are always looking now at the next target. So every single headline and everything that's coming out about the possibility that this deal is not been dead. Sorry, it's dead. And it's not dead, sorry. And it can be revived. No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're done. Simple as. Gyökeres is going Arsenal or he's going somewhere else. He's not going to Manchester United. So let's hope that Arsenal gets stung and he is a failure at Arsenal. I don't know. Time will tell. They're in a better position than what we are right now. And well done, Arsenal, even though you've not actually got anywhere near finalising this deal yet. If you do go for Gyökeres, good sign and good luck dealing with the situation with Sporting and everything that's going on there. And again, like no sour grapes whatsoever. I'm not particularly bothered about this. People will jump on my back from this now and say, oh, you were saying that Gyökeres was going to sign. I did feel like Gyökeres was going to sign from what was said. But look, he's broke it all down. He's looked at it from and his own personal circumstances, and he's chose Arsenal. Over. That's it. Nothing else to be said. Man United have got different situations to go for. One question I will ask, though, now is, right, okay, is it Ekitike for you? Are you thinking go out and succumb to the demands of Victor Osimhen? Because United have contacted him. We know that we're in for him. I don't think it will happen. But that's 2 strikers down now for United in Delap and Victor Gyökeres. Who is next for Manchester United? That's the big question in all of this. But he is opting for Arsenal ahead of Manchester United. Are we that bothered about it? Get into the comments section. I said I'd do a video if anything significant broke. This is significant because United have lost, United have lost their second number 9 in the space of 3 weeks, basically, now with this window being open. And we're now looking at option 3. Not saying option 3 is bad, but is that a problem for you? We have prioritised the number 10s instead of the 9. It would seem that way. So first things first, let's get that 10 in so we don't look like complete idiots. And then we can sort of hold ourselves up a little bit in this. But that's it. That's your update, and that's everything that's happening. I will go into more detail on what comes from this because I think there's going to be a lot of information coming out tonight and a lot going on with United. So I'll get into that, obviously, in the morning show. But get your comments in below. Let me know what you think. Go in on me if you want. You can slate me in the comments. I said he was coming. I thought he was coming. I'll take the L. I said it. United were in, but they failed. Or Victor Gyökeres chose Arsenal over United. No matter how red-tinted my glasses are, like Champions League has spoken, and that is the only reason he's going to Arsenal over Manchester United. You can look at that and say you're embarrassed, or you can look at that and say this is the reality that Manchester United are in right now and where this club is actually at. We are in the demise and we're trying to turn it around, and you're not going to win every single battle in this transfer window. We've had a good start, and then we've come up against our first couple of hurdles and not got over them. What next for Man United? Let's see what happens from here. Give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button that's up on your screen right now. I'll see you in the morning. I'll sleep on this one. And we go again in the morning. God, there's that phrase already. 2 weeks into the window. We're going again and again. Third striker option. What's next for United? See you in a bit, everybody.